You can use this awesome mod to generate yourself a passive income, and I'm going to show you how to do that starting right now. Do you hate it when your caravans get attacked by bandits? Bruh. And your workshops always being halted and not generating any profit? Well, this mod implements a simple farm system where you can invest in lands and make a profit. Here is how. First, you will need a capital to invest. What you can do is go to a village and buy yourself some land. It doesn't really matter if the village is a village you own, if it's from the same culture as you, everyone works. How can you get money from the land you buy? There are two ways. First, let the villagers use the land and take rent money from them, or use slaves to make items for you. Okay, now let's dive deeper. There are two types of land. The first one is the land that you can buy and use to generate income instantly. It costs 800 gold and is easier to get. The second one is the obstructed land, that first has to be cleared of any bushes, plants, trees and other things. To do that, you are going to have to pay 20,000 gold. Now, that might seem like a lot of gold, but once you get yourself an army of about 100 men or clan tier 3-4, you should be able to get this gold quickly by selling equipment that you get after fights with bandits or even enemy vassals. Once the obstructed land has been cleared, it will become a part of the land that you can use. In order to generate the most expensive items, you are going to have to buy land in villages that have an expensive item as their main production. For example, fur or silver ore. There are two ways in which you can sell the products. First is by enabling the auto sell option, which will automatically sell everything that has been produced for the day. The second one is by going to the village and taking the products in your inventory to sell them in the towns, which usually gives you better prices but requires you to do things. When you click on the ledger option, you can see how much gold your lands generated for the last day. It doesn't matter in which village you are in, you can check the ledger from any village on the map, no matter if you own land in it or not. In order to get slaves, you will have to get prisoners. Not all prisoners work. The only eligible prisoners for slaves are the bandit type troops. Most likely you already know how to get slaves, but in case you are new, 1. Use blunt damage weapons, 2. Try simulating fights, 3. Use soldiers with blunt weapons. The other way to get slaves working on your land is by enabling this option, which will make parties who have prisoners sell them to you. Now, let's take a look at the slavery system. The more slaves you have, the higher the production rate, but also the more slaves you have, the lower gold you will get from rent, because slaves are used to fill up the farmlands you buy. Having more slaves is generally good because the production rate gets higher. You should keep in mind that having too many slaves might lead to a revolt. Every day there is a chance for a slave to escape. The chances for these events to occur are in the bottom left part of the screen. In order to reduce the chance of revolt or slave escape, you have to upgrade your patrols, which are going to reduce the slave escape by 0.5% up to a minimum of 1%. And of course the most interesting part, how much gold do you get from these lands? Here is a screenshot where the slaves are about 100. It generates almost 2000 gold. Now, let's buy ourselves lands in this iron ore producing village and see how much gold we are going to get per day once we set slaves to work on it when upgraded. Here is how much gold you can make. Something that I recommend is that if you want this mod, you can pair it with the adjustable bandits mod, which basically increases the number of bandit parties and the bandits in each party, which is going to help you get more slaves working on your lands. Something you should keep in mind is that Buying lands in distant and isolated villages is probably the best way to go as they carry the lowest risk of being raided. I have not had any villages raided before, but I assume everything will be destroyed and you will have to start from the beginning. In my opinion, this mod is very vanilla friendly. It reminds me of the village system in Warband, which was good compared to being able to do nothing in Bannerlord. The links for this mod and the Bandits mod you can find in the description. Thanks for watching and I will see you next time.